The Biden administration has been clear on its dim view of Nicaragua's autocratic leadership. In June, they excluded President Daniel Ortega from the Summit of the Americas. Recent condemnations have been harsh.
There has been a dramatic deterioration of respect for democratic principles and human rights by the regime in Nicaragua, including the imprisonment of democratic leaders, members of the political opposition, students, and journalists. The Biden-Harris administration finds this unacceptable and condemns these actions.
But according to high-level White House sources, they're considering more than just strong words. Two top U.S. officials told VOA that the administration may soon block imports from the impoverished Central American nation, which sent nearly $4 billion in products to the U.S. in 2019, according to the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative. That would follow a July decision to drop Nicaragua from a list of countries allowed to ship sugar to the U.S. at low import tax rates. Analysts say these moves would make a big impact, as the U.S. is the main destination for Nicaraguan exports.
It would mean a significant cut in financing for the Ortega regime. It would mean less money in that system to pay off the cronies that it needs to pay off in order to stay in power. It would mean less money for the security forces on the ground, which comprise the police state, the day-to-day apparatus that the regime uses to keep protests to a minimum and to keep opposition in check. And so in short, I think this would really devastate the finances of the country.
Others say the administration needs to think beyond Nicaragua.
I would go further. We need a regional approach. This cannot be just purely bilateral. We need a regional approach to exert pressure on the regime to release all political prisoners unconditionally. The OAS has put together a coalition of over 20 countries that continue to condemn the Ortega regime and its abuse. And it's emblematic of what is going on in the region. We must stand up for values and we must have credibility. We cannot forget that Ortega does not do this alone. The Ortega-Maduro alliance of repression and exporting that repression across the region is something that continues to occur.
But what about ordinary Nicaraguans who have protested the regime at great personal risk? Cutting exports would hurt them too.
We know, and I am sure that many in your audience also know, the argument of not adopting measures that harm the people of Nicaragua. It's a totally valid argument, but I wonder, has anyone consulted the people of Nicaragua? Has anyone asked the people of Nicaragua, who suffer enormously from the consequences of the repression?
And how will Ortega see this? Analysts predict he will stick to his usual script.
What dialogue can there be with the devil? As Che Guevara said, you can't believe the Yankees and imperialism one bit, not one bit, because it will finish you off. We would like to have good relations with the United States, but it's impossible.
But those are just words. Will they change when this becomes measured in sugar, in coffee, and in gold? Anita Powell, VOA News, Washington.